You're tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network, featuring news, interviews, and commentary on all things Black Hollywood. Hollywood redefined. From Los Angeles, California, presented by Maria Menounos and streaming live thanks to Akamai Technologies. This is Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411, featuring the week's roundup of fashion news. Black Hollywood Live, Hollywood redefined.
You're listening to Black Hollywood Live.
And now, the host for Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411.
Hey, 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 what's going on, everybody? You are tuning in to Black Hollywood Live, Fashion 411, and this is the world, should I say?
Yes, it's
world?
the world. I mean, iTunes is worldwide.
This is the world's first fashion podcast on iTunes, and we are actually, I think we're the number one.
We're still number uno.
We're still number one.
Yes.
Fashion podcast. So we invite you guys to check us out, download us for free. And if you want to follow along with us, because we love, talking about pretty pictures and fashion and clothing. And if listening isn't enough, make sure you check us out online, blackhollywoodlive.com, so you can follow along. So I am Deanna Vaughn. I used to be a buyer and do all kinds of fun stuff in New York City. And now I'm here talking fashion with you guys. I'd like to think that I'm going to bring the runway to the real way.
Yes. And I'm Courtney Stewart. You've obviously heard me before for the last few podcasts. I'm your regular girl, shopaholic, shoeaholic. I do all the things that all you guys out there do, and I bring you the consumer perspective.
The consumer perspective. So we're holding it down today. Miss Erica,
Yes.
she's traveling,
Gallivanting
doing some
around the
things,
world,
gallivanting.
learning new things.
Yes, but we're going to hold it down and talk fashion. All right, so this week, we had the MTV Awards, and
Lord.
there's birthdays and lots of new things happening. First up is actually Alicia Keys. This is Serena Williams. No, that's from last week. Hang on.
Last week pictures going on
Yeah,
right now.
hang on. We're going to get the picture straight. But let's talk about Alicia Keys until the pictures get pulled up. She has a new look.
Yes, she's changing it up.
Yeah, she's completely changing it up. She's cut her hair. Here she is right here. She's got sporting a short do. Now, we all know, like, when it comes to musicians, when they have a new album or presenting themselves, it's all about reinventing their look. What do we think about Alicia's?
Well, I like that she had already cut it short with the angle bob that she was wearing for quite a while, actually, after she had the baby. And the bangs, I don't know, I feel like the bangs are nice, but it kind of feels like she has nothing but bangs. So I don't love it. I don't know. She's working full body, which I'm not mad at, because she had her baby and she's not trying to be, and Alicia's never been like a toothpick to begin with.
No, she isn't.
But I just feel like the hair doesn't necessarily accentuate anything.
I agree. I mean, here she is. She's this is part of our Who What Wear. She is doing a performance for Good Morning America. This is actually today. It was this morning in New York. I think her haircut makes her look like a mom. And I know she is a mom, but it's like she's young, she's vibrant, she's sexy. And I like that she's not a toothpick either, I don't think Alicia's
ever really
been
Which I appreciate.
great with the styling of herself. Yeah. But I don't know. That's her new look. Got to give her some props.
I mean, she's still got a gorgeous face.
She does.
That's all that's really necessary, I guess.
All right. Let's see who's up next with Who What Wear. Let's see. I think we have Gabrielle Union. She's so cute, and we're seeing a lot more of her lately, and we're seeing her in a more elevated light, I want to say. She is wearing, I believe I have the notes here. She's wearing a white dress from Catherine Malandrino.
Yes.
I think she just looks so cute and proper, and
she's been traveling all summer for the most part. I mean, she was in China, and now they're in Italy, and she's been with her boo, Dwayne Wade, and they've been looking, and even on the social medias, they've been putting out some great pictures of their stylish little selves. So they're a great couple, and she keeps it fairly simple, I feel like.
Yeah.
She doesn't really take any super risks, but she always looks good. So
that's a good way to say it. She doesn't take a lot of risks. And actually, you just mentioned she's traveling this year. She's in Venice for the film festival. Who do we have up next for Who What Wear? This is Miss Beyonce. Now, what I love about this picture, she's actually in Coney Island. Yeah. She's shooting her new video it's called XO, so Love. And what I love about this, she's really kind of changed up her look. She's got on a Biggie cap, so ode to
Love
B.I.G.
it.
And there were some other pictures, but she's wearing like a lot of gold chains.
Yes.
And once again, reinventing herself. What do we think of her
I
look?
love the when she does her little like urban style thing. She's got the bright yellow nails, and it's like throwback to when they did the Soldier video. Like I love Beyonce like that, but I love Beyonce like everything. So maybe.
Well, here's what I think is so funny, because just a couple weeks ago, she was sporting that new pixie haircut, and look how long that lasted.
I mean, that lasted for that day, because literally the next day she had a bob that was chin length.
Weave back in.
I'm not. I mean, everybody can't handle it, but
I had a feeling it was just one of those things. Okay, I'm transitioning into a new look, and she's actually showing people, here are my stages. I'm taking this weave off. Let me cut the hair, and then boom, next day, we got this.
I want her to surprise us though, and like spike out that pixie at some point, and just like be just gorgeous.
We might see it.
Yeah, because I know a lot of people weren't a fan of the pixie.
It was cute, but I think for Beyonce, she's known for, she's kind of like Madonna in the sense where she's always changing up her look. So, go girl. Finally, for Who, What, Where, this is an interesting picture. It's an ad for a casting call for American Apparel, and it's cut off a little bit at the top, but it says trans sexy model open call. And I can only imagine this model in this picture must be a transgender transsexual. I think that's really interesting and progressive that we're getting to the point where an actual fashion company is being so open about this.
It. Yeah, for sure. Because they hired the top model, Isis, I believe, a while ago to do a campaign. But I mean, it wasn't like, transsexual on our advertising or anything. But this is like very out in the open. Like, let's open call, cattle call, bring them all in.
Oh, yeah. This is an ad. It's
very forward.
Print ad. It's billboards. It's magazines. So this is I'm trying to think of another company that's been so open about this issue and just supporting
it. Myself.
So I think hats off to American Apparel.
Opportunities for everybody to make money if you can sport the clothes and look good in them. So I'm not mad.
I'm not mad either. And I think it also takes a lot of courage to do this.
Sure.
But I think at the end of the day, for their customer,
it falls right in line.
Gets this, and they're not going to affect their customer or offend them. All right, that's our Who, What, Where. Let's talk about a little style scoop, and we'll go back and forth.
In the Scoopy world.
All right, so happy birthday to Michael Jackson, the king of pop. His birthday was yesterday, and it's still kind of surreal that he's not here.
Can't believe it still, yeah.
So surreal that he's not here anymore. But what's so interesting, and I don't know if people realize his impact in the fashion world. He's basically responsible for 7, big fashion trends, big ideas through the years. And I just kind of want to take everybody through, if you're following along online, watching the picture. The first piece is that monotone men's suit at the very bottom from his Smooth Criminal video. He kind of pioneered everybody like wearing that stuff. And then the embellished leather jacket from Beat It. Like, come on,
that we're all into even right now.
Exactly. Yeah. Like, that's reinvented. High water pants and the chunky socks from the middle. Remember that? Like, that was his whole moonwalk phase. Let's see what else. Fedora hats, again, from Smooth Criminal. He really, put those on the map. Everybody's wearing a damn fedora hat
now.
These days. And straw and, whatever. Men, women. Loafers with jeans. That's kind of coming back right now,
A little bit, yeah. Especially with the
back.
Rolled up and the girls in the boyfriend cut jeans, for sure, yeah.
And then top right-hand corner, Army-inspired jackets, like with the epaulettes and, just the heavy embellishments and the sequins. He was big on that.
Yes, Michael. His own style icon.
I know. And then finally, bow ties. So, who would have, I don't know, I think definitely people, he's synonymous with music and pop and influencing so many things. But I don't know if people realize how much of an influence he was to the fashion world,
for sure.
And how much, a lot of the things that he, the trends that he started, they're still here. We're still rocking them. They're still reinvented,
for sure.
So I think that's interesting. The only thing that really didn't carry over so much is that damn glove.
Which I'm surprised about. I mean, why? I think it's the one thing. if we could bring gloves, because they used to wear driving gloves and stuff back in the day,
Right.
and he just tried to do the one, and maybe we needed to bring back 2, because the one just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Unless you're
Yeah,
like Beyonce in her video.
Yeah, a sequin glove. That's the only thing that really didn't.
I would wear
didn't
2
hit.
sequin gloves, but not one.
Well, we have Michael Jackson to thank not only for music but for his impact on fashion, and he would have been 55 years old yesterday.
Rest
so
in peace.
Rest in peace, my man. All right, next up, we have a poet in our fashion mix, which is very interesting. So, Maya Angelou, she is part of a new campaign for Cole Haan. And Cole Haan's campaign is called 1928 because that's how long the company's been around, for a very long time. And for those of you who don't know Cole Haan, they're synonymous with, shoes and bags, really high quality leather. Now they have clothing. But Maya Angelou is part of this campaign because she was also born in 1928.
Get it?
Yeah, and I actually think that this is an interesting perspective and a way to showcase their brand, by introducing someone as esteemed as Maya Angelou.
And that just shows how classic the brand is, because it travels. I mean, she fits right in, and so do the other guys in the ad. I mean, the shoes are amazing and perfectly in line with what these people would be experiencing in their lives at this time, and still work for their lives just like they would work for us, and the bags work for us now. So I think it's an awesome idea, whoever came up with that.
It is, and it's a great way to reach a different customer base, so they might be reaching a customer who was also born in 1928, versus, somebody a little younger. So I thought that was pretty
Very
interesting.
cool. And I love me some Maya.
Next up, who do we have? What's our style scoop? Okay, so Pharrell Williams. So he's on everybody's radar these days. He just got married, or rumored to have just gotten married to Helen. He's also, Daft Punk. Song
He's
of
had the 2 biggest songs of the summer, with Daft Punk and Robin Thicke.
So, but did you know that Mr. Pharrell Williams, he is collaborating on a new eyewear line? It's for a French label called Moncler, and he's collaborating with them to create like eyewear, like fashion eyewear, sunglasses. I don't know, like. For him, I would have expected clothing. What do you think about glasses when it comes to him?
I like that it's glasses starting out, because, I feel like he's one of those, everybody is into sunglasses, even whether you're a star or not. And I feel like it's a nice, step in. He's done the show with Rihanna that's now coming to the States that we talked about last week, that I can't remember the name of right now, styled. Forget, Rihanna on Style Network. But I think it's a cool sort of step in, so to speak, instead of like doing a whole line, because everybody's got a line. Like, accessories are fun, and people are constantly purchasing, and there's like a quick turnover with accessories, because there's always like new and what's coming, and that's what sort of accentuates your outfit. So I think it's kind of cool, and even maybe a little bit, I don't want to say more creative, but a very interesting creative space to be in when you're doing accessories.
Let me read a little comment about this. It says, the shades will make their debut during the International Optics and Eyewear Exhibition in Paris on September 26th, and it's going to coincide with Moncler's flagship store opening. And they're describing the glasses as halfway between futurism and 50s style, which is also interesting because we're hearing a lot more about those Google glasses. The Google glasses.
And that's exactly kind of what they look like, because they're huge. Most of the pictures that I saw, they were fairly enormous. So they're an interesting choice style-wise. So it'll be interesting to see how much they catch on and how much attention they get.
Yeah, that'll be
Maybe
interesting.
we'll see some on the runway with New York Fashion Week coming.
Well, the Google glasses, they were actually on the runways last season, and actually they were with Diane von Furstenberg.
Yes.
So all the guys from Google and her fashion show, they were, they debuted there. So it's kind of interesting to see that, this is kind of where things are headed.
Everybody's going to crazy glasses that we can like see our phones and TVs and everything else in.
I don't know. I think that's a bit much. I mean, we're already glued to our phones. Now, do we actually need something on our face
I think that
draw more attention away from life?
I think that's where it's going. We're going to be running into walls, watching television with our glasses on, and it's going to be the coolest thing ever because it's fashion.
This is true. Fast fashion. All right, next up, we have, there's a Muslim fashion blogger, and they're trying to educate the world on what she's calling hijab I can't even say.
Hijabistas.
Hijabista-ness. I thought this is really, really interesting because I think there is a connotation about Muslim women in general and the culture. And I think it's something that as Americans we don't understand.
For sure.
To realize that these ladies they're interested in fashion and they don't always want to just be covered up with something black, you know. So to see the color and the prints, I thought this was a really, really cool story.
Yeah, I love her website is her name's Sana Rashid. She's lives in Queens, Pakistani descent, and actually I found it fascinating that she wasn't raised necessarily to wear the hijab. Her mother didn't wear it. But she started her website called modhijabi.com. And it's just to show that, like, she wants to be fashionable and her life choices about her fashion are her choices, not something that's forced upon her by faith or religion or anything like that. So I thought it was just an awesome, because the pictures, I mean, the houndstooth one, I adore that black and the belt. She looks amazing. And because I'm guilty of it too. I see it and I'm thinking it's so restrictive and you don't get to like do the cute stuff and what have you. But I looked through those pictures and it totally changed my mind about how beautiful it really can be. And I wear head dresses and scarves on my head all the time and things like that. And even with that, I still had a preconceived notion about the hijab. And I think that her website is really awesome.
I think this is a great way to kind of educate people that, like, you know, their culture, just because they're covered up doesn't mean that they don't care about fashion.
No.
And it's kind of funny. It reminds me, did you ever see the Sex and the City, the second movie?
Yes.
And there's that part at the end where all the ladies, they were cloaked in black, but then behind closed doors, they had all this fashion on,
wonderful
and belts and accessories and
cool
colorful.
Stuff, yeah. And the idea that it's for them and it's not about, you know, displaying it to the world, so to speak, is very cool.
Exactly. So I thought that was really,
really keep
cool.
it up, Sana.
Yeah, it's just a great way to educate people too, just about a different culture when it comes to fashion. Let's see here. Are we ready for a little hot mess?
Hot mess. What do we have? Because I'm sure we had a lot of that this week.
Okay, so this is my favorite part of the show. All right, so here we have Miss Katy Perry. This is at the MTV Awards that was this past Sunday in Brooklyn. And she is wearing, it's kind of hard to tell, but she's wearing a leopard print Ungaro dress, very high slit on the side. It's got some embellishments on top. But then she was also sporting a grill.
A grill, yes.
I have my opinion. I'm going to let you go first.
Okay. Okay, on the runway, I really liked this dress because it was long. It was a floor-length gown on the runway. And I wasn't opposed to the fact that she made it shorter, but I think the strength of the split is lost when it's made shorter. But that's just my opinion. I think her body looks sexy because I think it's something very sexy about she's a booby kind of chick.
Yeah.
To be a fitted, full neck, turtleneck type dress, like, I think that's sexy. So I thought from, like, I would say from her neck to about her hip, I was good. I just didn't like the length of it. Shoes are okay. I am over the grills. They're like, it's like, you guys, we've been doing that in Georgia since what, like 1995? Like, can we move on? We need something else. Like, come up with a better idea. Like, put on a brighter red lipstick or something. Like, I don't know, but the grill, I'm done.
Well, it's almost like once you see Miley Cyrus sporting a grill, it's like, really, people? Let's move on.
The grill is played. Like, it's been played for like 20 years at this point.
Especially
like,
for white girls. Like, come on,
it's
guys.
It's like, oh, somebody did it. Okay, great. It was fun. White people can wear grills too, because they do. Let's move on. Like, it doesn't give you any cool points anymore. I don't understand why it's still like, oh my God, I got a grill. It's so cool.
I just feel like Katy Perry is an artist that doesn't need to do this. You know what I mean? Like, she's pretty well established. You know, she's respected, has a huge fan base. Girl, you don't need to wear a grill.
Girl, and it's not it. Like, what is umbrella? Like, I don't understand what it's. I
don't know. She's trying to be tough. I don't get it.
And then, I don't get it.
Hot mess.
Don't
Sorry.
like it. Hot mess because of the grill.
All right, who's up next from the MTV Awards? We have Miss Rita Ora. Now, before we go into this, what I thought was interesting looking at a lot of the fashion from the awards this past week, it ran the gamut. So you had people dressed like Rita who looked like she was going to
the Oscars,
and not
to the VMAs.
And then you had people who looked like they were wearing their pajamas. So it was like all from one end to the other. You know, one was super, super dressy and the other was just like, hey, let me just throw on a t-shirt
Girl, what are you doing?
and show up. I think she looks gorgeous. And let's talk about what she's wearing. She's wearing an Alexander Vauthier crystal bodice dress with a long feathered train. And she actually, which we can't see, she has a carrier for her train. That's how long it was, just to give you a little perspective. I think she looks gorgeous, but I think she's overdressed for the occasion. What do you think?
Hated it. Like, hated it. And I was angry how much I hate this. Okay, this is why though. I think her face is beautiful.
Yeah.
The hair, I love the haircut. I love her blonde. I think it's great. Those boobs look enormous, and they look like they're sitting below her rib cage. Rita Ora's not a big girl. She's not even a very tall girl.
Yeah.
So in the end, that means the dress was weighing her down.
Right.
It was weighing her down. The belt in the middle is like not, it just sitting straight. Like it didn't look like it fit. Like I don't understand. And then the heavy train just made it heavier. Like everything, it just seemed like she was just dragging a big old fluffy white big bird the whole way, and it doesn't suit the occasion.
Yeah, I think she looks beautiful, but it doesn't suit the occasion at all. And I have to say, the first moment I saw this picture, I'm like, wait, is that Beyonce?
That's the other thing. That's my other issue with that. I'm so glad you brought that up. Who are you? Are you Rihanna?
Yeah.
Are you Beyonce? Because you don't look like Rita Ora to me. Like, I need you to be your own.
I really thought that was Beyonce.
Yeah.
I had to do a couple different, double takes.
Beyonce would have taped her boobies up better. That's how I knew it wasn't her.
Well, because Beyonce's sporting the same hair these days.
right now, exactly.
So I was like, damn, y'all look like twins. Like, I really had to do a double take. I wasn't sure
I like
who
them
it was.
shoes, though.
But
black
overdressed for
ankle
the
strap.
occasion. I wouldn't necessarily call it hot mess for me. I'm kind of in the middle. Like,
There's
I do
no
think she's-
middle. We keep
I
playing this every
know,
week.
I
There's
know.
no middle.
I know. I guess. Maybe I'm saying Rita's hot. Okay, whatever.
Hot mess for me. Sorry.
All right, who's up next? Miss Joan Smalls, and she is she's the host of House of Style on
Yes,
MTV.
they brought it
They finally
back.
brought it back. That was a great
It was a
show back
great
in the
show.
day. So I'm glad they revived it. Miss Smalls, I tried to find who she was wearing, and I could not uncover it, but it looks like, where are your pants, girl? Where are your pants?
I'm torn because I want to like it.
I do too.
I'm like, I get the like cheerleader tennis player vibe. And then she put those they look like the Giuseppe boots, but I don't know if
I'm
they
not
are
sure
for
either.
sure because they look a little bit different. But it doesn't accentuate positive. Like, yes, you're tall, model, beautiful, but it makes your legs look like sticks. Like, it doesn't, something's off. And it doesn't, I wish maybe there was like a fitted pencil skirt.
Yeah,
and a booty, a caged booty instead of like a knee-length boot or something.
Exactly. I think a booty would have been much better. I think she needed like a pair of like tight leather pants or
Yeah,
something
else
to go on the bottom, or even like a leather short. Like that could have been
That
cute.
would have been cute. Because I like the idea, because this whole like, I'm wearing a sweatshirt, but I'm not, is kind of really coming in strong this season. And I like it because it's like comfortable, but still fashionable. And she had cute jewelry, but that just, I would have liked some bangles or something on the arm too.
Well, you made a really good point. Okay, yes, you're skinny. Yes, we know you're a model. Yes, we know you're a great body. But it doesn't necessarily mean that you can just throw on anything.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Because you're not a hanger right now. You're not on the runway. Like, you're supposed to be accentuating the great about your body. You have great height.
Right.
You can. There's a lot of things you could do that make you look. Because that looks a little cartoony to me.
Yeah.
Almost like. That's very olive oil-ish.
I feel like the look is a little too young for her.
Maybe.
But
I think that's with the pleated skirt and because it's very cheerleader.
So sorry, Joan.
You
but
tried,
I'm gonna
girl.
Have to do a hot mess for you.
You tried. I like it white though. Hot mess. Sorry.
All right. Who's up next?
Oh.
Okay, Jennifer Hudson. All right, so she's clearly trying to bring something back. She's got patched motorcycle jeans on, and she's got like a contrast color patch on the knees.
Yes.
I think she looks like a gardener. I think Jennifer Hudson is so hit or miss with her style. And for me, I'm just, this is a big miss. Big miss.
I don't know how to feel about it because I don't want to hate it because I
But
think
you do.
because it kind of like I don't understand the rectangle patch at all. Like it should have been longer or just on the side. I
Or
don't.
frayed or something. Like it just.
It doesn't. It's strange, but her body looks great. The booty's cute. I like that she's got a blazer on it. She didn't just walk out with the. Yeah, I don't like it.
Okay, thanks.
Hot mess. I'm sorry.
You were trying to justify
I'm
it.
like, I'm trying to make it better. What can we do to make it better? But yeah,
She needs a whole new outfit to make it better. Yeah.
Because it doesn't look purposeful with the patch. Like the patch looks like, oops, I got a hole. Let me put a patch on it.
And you know what? It's too much black. I mean, when I used to live in New York City, black was everybody's, staple color. But I feel like it could just end up drowning you out and just not doing anything for you, especially sometimes as an African American person. Like we can wear color, but she's black head to toe.
I'm not as opposed to all the black. If it's all black, I would love pop in the shoe, like a color in the shoe, or something jewelry that makes it pop a little bit more, which is why with black, I actually usually prefer gold jewelry than silver, just because I feel like it's stronger.
Pops a little,
But yeah, that is, the patches are just what ruined that. I'm
Hot
sorry.
mess.
But
Sorry,
girl,
Jennifer.
your thighs are like, you doing it.
Well,
She's working hard.
She is, but she's losing a lot more weight. And
I don't
think
necessarily.
she
She doesn't need to keep losing weight. That's for sure. Because even if you saw her on the VMAs, there was some crazy going on with that fashion on the VMAs when she performed. So yeah, she can totally stop, girl. You're good.
And finally, let's see here. We got a little time for some social media roundup.
Some quick social media roundup. We'll do a little bit. Let's see what we got. Up first, we have Big Sean and Naya Rivera. They were at the VMAs, of course, looking very sexy. And we didn't have time today, but Naya, for me at least, finally got it right on the red carpet with that vintage Paco Rabanne dress. But obviously on Instagram this week, they wanted to show off how their jewelry was going down for the show.
Bling, bling.
This is all the bling that they wore for the show. And it was Marina B jewelry. There was DeMarco up in there and Neil Lane. And Naya had rings on all 10 fingers. And Big Sean had a bracelet. Usually I hate
rings on all
close,
fingers.
I think it looks crazy, but from afar when she was posing on the red carpet, it was fine to me. Like I didn't even realize she had that many rings on until I saw this picture. But whatever, they doing it big. Next up, we have, of course, the couple we talked about before, Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union, gallivanting around Italy again, looking beautiful and a couple and fantastic. I wanted to point out that Dwayne was wearing those great, very, very grape purple leather sneakers. I need to find out whose those shoes are. I haven't been able to find it, but that was a great risk for him for a guy with his little skinny jeans on. And of course, Gabrielle is carrying that red Chanel with all that black, and I just
They look cute.
think that's fabulous. They are such a sexy
cute
couple
couple.
together. Next up, speaking of couples, we got two friends that love to hang out, Miss Cynthia Bailey and Miss Nene Leakes, and they were at Greg's birthday party in Atlanta, Greg being Nene's husband, and they were posing with Jazzy Faye, who's a producer that hangs around in Atlanta all the time. And big point in this one is Miss Cynthia got a new wig, y'all. She is sporting some blonde locks. And I just thought that the blonde looked really good on her.
It does.
And she looked great. I mean, her face is always amazing, and she's got her little fedora on. As we said, everybody's got to wear a fedora all summer. And Miss Nene working a real short neon yellow mini skirt.
Nene almost looks like the side of her head might be shaved.
Shaved.
Yeah, right?
Which I'm not sure about.
I'm not either, and I hope it's not, because she's too old to be rocking a look like that.
I'm kind of done with her in this blonde hair, but
she used to change up her hair a lot too. But
I preferred
lately,
when she was the raven auburny color.
I
That was
love
real
that.
sexy when she first cut that hair, and I don't know,
That
the
was
blonde
good.
it's kind of played for me, but it's all good. They are still partying, have a good time. And last up, we had Miss Missy Elliott and her best buddy dancer Blair Christian. They were performing at KCON, which is a Korean pop conference that was in Los Angeles, and they performed, that was 2 days ago. And I pulled this picture because I thought how we're always talking about fashion changing and everything that's changed. I feel like Missy's fashion stays here.
Well, what's funny is that she's also undergone a transformation.
Yes.
She's lost a lot of weight from when
weight.
she first came on the scene. So it is interesting, even though the weight's gone, she still has the same style.
Yeah.
and the
She's wearing
same
this
aesthetic.
leather jumpsuit, lots of jewelry. I think she looks great. I mean, the hair is done, but it's still very Missy 2002. I could put both of those pictures next to each other.
Yeah.
So it's interesting, even as an artist, it kind of Even artists get stuck, I think.
Yeah, but
Or maybe that's just brand.
Yeah, exactly.
course.
Maybe that's just she's branded herself as
Yeah.
this is how I look. This is me. Whether I'm 40 pounds heavy or 40 pounds lighter, this is me.
But is there another way to do creative hip hop
Of-
and not have to sex it up?
Yeah, of course there is.
That's
I
all
think
I'm
so.
saying.
All right.
But
well,
it's interesting to
we'll have
think about
Yes, so we'll have to dig into that next week.
a little bit more.
Well, thanks guys for tuning in. We're gonna have more fashion and scoop and hot mess for you guys next week.
Of course.
Don't forget to download the show on iTunes. It's free. Rate us. You can also check us out on YouTube. And Courtney, where can we find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at Stuart Starlight.
You guys can find me on Twitter and Instagram at It's Me, Deanna V. Thanks, guys.
From producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, Dario Kristen, and the entire BHL staff, we would like to thank you for tuning in to the Black Hollywood Live Network. If you have questions or comments, tweet us at BHL Online or email us at info@blackhollywoodlive.com. For more exclusive content, visit blackhollywoodlive.com. This has been a presentation of the Black Hollywood Live Network.
Hollywood redefined.
The views expressed here are those of the host only and do not necessarily reflect the views of BHL or its owners or principals.